Yo, what's going on with the Playboy? What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? What is going on out there? How is everybody doing? I see I have a little bit of light refraction going on here. How's everybody doing? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Welcome to another episode of Delete Laws. We live in a total police state, prison state, death state. I came up with a new saying today. So if you would, I'll tell you what the new saying is. Like OTVO, but it's JBTP. Jackboot Thug Pig. JBTP. So if you would do me a favor, hit the like button and then put in the comment section JBTP. Jackboot Thug Pig. It looks like this. JBTP. JBTP, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Put in the comment section, overturn Terry versus Ohio, OTVO. Put it in there, OTVO. Put it in there. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Ohio, Ohio. JBTP is Jackboot Thug Pig. JBTP. Almost like ACAB, but JBTP I think is even better. I think JBTP is even more appropriate, Jackboot Thug Pig, because ACAB means that every single cop is a bastard, right? But JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig, you only have to apply that to the ones that are actually Jackboot Thug Pigs. And if a copper who claims to be a good copper, I'm a good copper, I'm one of the good ones, I'm a good copper. Okay. You can't be a good copper, watch corruption in front of you, and then still be considered a good copper. Everybody, do me the favor. Type it down in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Or if you're so inclined, JDPT, JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig. JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig. It's literally something I said thousands of times. Let me see if I can kill the refraction. Good boy, Charlie. Did that kill the refraction? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That killed the refraction. So who's in the room? What's going on? What is going on? Amador County, what's going on? Thomas, Mitzi, Carl, Chevy Playboy. What's going on with the Playboy? What is going on? Carl, Rich, Elite, what is going on? What is even going on? Deanna is in the room. What's going on, Deanna? How is everybody? Sam is here. DJ Smith is here. What is going on? Reprehensible. I'm sure I have. Oh, you know, was it Greg or was it Bruce? I can't remember which one of y'all text me. But just recently, one of the moderators here, Greg or Bruce, I'm not sure who wants to tell, but they just got a $400 ticket. $400. $400 is a big ass ticket. $400 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, remember, we are the peons. We are the peons, and we have to take the lead. We have to get to leadership position, or nothing's going to change for us or our children or our grandchildren. We have to get a peon into the governor's mansion. We have to get a peon into leadership position so that that peon can be leader of the peons and change this jackboot thug policing apparatus now and forever. If we don't do it before we die, the next generation won't know what freedom is. Gen X and baby boomers, we got kicked out of the house when we were kids. Go outside and play in the woods. Go throw dirt clods. Go climb trees. Millennials were not told that. Zoomers were not told that. We are the last of the resistance to change this JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig, JBTP. We are the last of it. We are the last of it. If we don't change that, the government gets to, so today's video, there's going to be a couple videos. We're going to talk about Jason Dollarhide. You're going to get to hear directly from Jason. They are attacking him and abusing him in the jail. I have the guards' names. We're going to file a complaint today. I'm going to file a complaint on a judge today, right here. You guys are going to watch me fill it out. Hopefully my pinky works, because this hand comes in and out of numbness from Sandoval hurting me when they stop me. So we're going to fill out a form today to go after a judge who did not accept or listen to Jason Dollarhide's plea for a writ of habeas corpus. And that is against the judge's rules. That's against the judge's canons. You can't do, I mean, who knows? I mean, theory of law and spirit of law is one thing. Application of law in these corrupt courts with these corrupt people is an entire nother thing. We can't get justice in this country because you can't get your recording device in the courtroom. Put a 1 in the chat if you should be able to put your recording device in the courtroom. Put a 1 in the chat if you should be able to audio record and video record your hearing. I mean, how many people disagree with that? Now, of the few haters that are here, of the 5% of people here who just hate this channel but watch anyway because they're just addicted to me, do you want to record your court hearing? Do you want to be able to audio record your hearing? Do you want to be able to video record your hearing? Put a 1 in the chat if you think every single person who ever goes to court should be allowed to allowed. It's our God-blessed right. You know, I have said a bad curse word on the last 2 live streams, and I'm not going to do it today. I'm going back to frickin' and frackin' and eat a ham sandwich and shut the front door. Shut the front door. Shut it. Shut it. Shut it. Sorry. I mean, come on. The subject matter of what we cover is so intense. It is so hardcore. What we cover is so hardcore that, you know, because so there's 2 different kinds of cells that register stress. There's stress cells that register in your brain, and there's stress cells that register in your heart. Yeah. You have cells in your heart that register stress, and it affects your heart. Only 2 places. So I'm trying to be a little more lighthearted because I'm one intense mofo. I am one intense bugger. I tell you what, you son of a bitch. I tell you what. That's just an old cowboy saying. That's not actually a curse word. Son of a gun. I said they could say son of a gun, I guess they could say. Anyway, you know, how many people in here understand that our government is treating us like a piggy bank? How many people understand that our government is treating us like an absolute piggy bank? If you understand that, put a 1 in the chat. If you understand that the government is treating each and every one of us. So listen, the idea of capitalism, I'm all for it. I'm all for capitalism. I'm against socialism. I'm against communism. I'm not against some social programs for sure. But the government has become a capitalistic vulture, and you are their prey. You. That's why they don't hire these jackboot thug. They don't fire these jackboot thug pigs, JBTP. And the reason they don't fire them is because they're making money. It's a capitalistic venture. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove to you that it's a capitalistic venture all the way. I'm going to show you a video today. And when you see this video, it is going to make you sit back in your chair and go, what the hell are you showing here? You are not, I mean, I guess you're going to believe it because, and before I show the video, let me show you where I got the video. I'm going to show you where I found this video because I think it's important that we all give credit where credit is due. And that's, I mean, I'm just saying. So the government's using us as piggy banks and everybody knows it, but we can't do anything to stop it because we're powerless against a government that is absolutely tyrannical in every single way. They will kill us. They will murder us. They will kick down the front door of our house and they will kill us in our beds. You don't think so? How many people disagree with me? How many people disagree with me? What's going on, Pants? How you doing? How many people disagree with me? The government will kill you in 2 seconds flat. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't agree. I just want to know, how many people believe that the government will kill you in your bed in 2 seconds flat? You can ask the civil rights activists if I'm lying. Ergo Desk, that is funny, bro. Ergo Desk typed in right here. Chille, the government is your master and you are their slave. You are their slave. So just get used to it. I refuse to acquiesce. I refuse to accept that as fact. I'm going to change this government. I'm going to run for governor, and I'm going to win the governorship on a third-party ticket, because I wouldn't run as an R and I wouldn't run as a D, because both of those parties are corrupted. They each have their own network. The false Fox News network and the communist CNN channel. They both have their own network where they just lie. I'm going to lie for the D's. I'm going to lie for the R's. And then when they pass bills and ordinances and statutes that create criminals out of us, and then they sign bills that make it so that the cops only get body cam footage and you and I don't get it. I mean, that's what we're living through. We're watching it happen in front of us, and we're not standing up enough. When I run for governor, I'll change everything. I'll change everything. Even me running for governor on this new third party that I created, you'll see it'll change everything, because people will go, wait a minute, you mean there's other ideas? Yeah, there's other ideas. There's other ideas that are not R's and are not D's. Listen, you all can vote for Republicans and Democrats. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I haven't voted for a D or an R since 2008 when I voted for Obama, and I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth fast enough. By 2009, he had murdered 1 million people the next year, droned them to death at wedding parties. And then they played that game. This one's a Jack of Spades. This one's a King of Hearts. Remember that? Remember the playing cards they had when Obama was president? They used playing cards, and they put the faces of people they wanted to kill as playing cards. And then they gave those playing cards to 18, 19, 20, 22, 23-year-old troops, American troops, and said, here, go get this Jack of Spades. And they put a picture of Muhammad on there, whichever the guy's name is, all the Persian names. I say Muhammad because it's the most famous Persian name. And then those guys went out and targeted those guys, and they would find a Jack of Spades at a wedding party with 1,000 people there. They would radio back into Obama and say, we got the Jack of Spades at this wedding party. And then Obama would kill everybody at the wedding party as he went around the Middle East on an apology tour. Obama's a devil. He's the one running the White House right now. He's in the basement of the White House right now wearing his slippers, and he's the one telling, hey, Joe, do this. Hey, Joe, do that. Because Joe's gone. Joe's gone. Joe is gone. You want to see some extortion? So first, let me give credit. Thanks, Joel. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Joel, how do I say your name? Is it Jules? 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 Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm just a man doing the best I absolutely can, and I promise we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. We do not stop under any circumstance. So check this out. This is from Here's the Deal. We're gonna watch just a couple seconds of Here's the Deal. If you guys are not subscribed to Here's the Deal, I mean, the guy who runs this channel is a personal friend of mine. His name's Brian Young. Brian is a friend. He used to have a channel called High Impact Flicks where he had 500,000 subscribers on there. So I'm going to show you the intro for this video from Here's the Deal, because this is where I found the video, and he put this up 2 months ago. I'm going to go over and hit the like button, and then I'm going to drop down here in the comments and say, thank you for sharing this video. Just to, because anytime you go over and you go to someone's page, it means a lot if you drop a comment. And Brian's commentary in the beginning of this is what I want you to hear. And then I'm going to cut off this, and I'm going to show you the actual video.
Still stays in line with when injustice. All right, this video is a little different, but it still stays in line with when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. There's this very popular YouTube channel called Whistle and Diesel. This guy has 5.6 million subscribers and growing like crazy. He averages about 15 to 50 million views a month. And he put out this video right here where he became the victim of the Water Patrol police and literally is on the verge of losing 1 to 2 years of his life because of how he and his friend were operating jet skis on a lake that wasn't populated, according to him, by anybody. Let's take a look at this. At the very beginning of this video, he says, in memory of Marvin Haymeyer. If you'll remember, Marvin Haymeyer is the guy who built the Killdozer because the Granby Town Hall pushed this peaceful man to his limit. So he took this Komatsu D355A bulldozer and layered it with steel and concrete And then he smashed over the Granby Town Hall and the house of the former mayor and several other buildings. He got stuck in the basement of the hardware store that he was destroying, and then he ended his life. But that was an example of where the government is just pushing you to your limits to the point where it's like, man, I can't win for losing here. And I'm not endorsing any of Haymeyer's activities or anything like that. Are you? Not on the record anyway.
I love Brian. So anyway, I found this video through my buddy Brian over there. Here's the deal. You know, my channel is growing at 75,000 subscribers a month right now. So Brian helped me when I first came onto the scene, and he featured my videos and showed my videos and promoted me, even in the face of adversity when people were attacking me and saying that I was bad. You know, Brian continued to share my videos and to be my friend. And so now that I'm growing at this astronomical rate, and it's really because of you all, the only reason I'm growing this fast. You know, I always don't forget the people who helped me and that were my friends when adversity was smacking me upside the head. And if you guys don't know, I touched on this last night. You know, last night when I came into this so-called 1A community, a bunch of the people who were auditors in this community attacked me. And so, of course, I sued several people. But more than that, what I remember the most is that Brian over at Here's the Deal continued to say, hey, keep freedom fighting, keep doing you, and don't worry about what anybody else said. So anyway, I always like to make sure that I promote people who helped me out when I was growing. And so we saw the intro for this, and now that we saw Brian give the intro, you know, now you kind of know what happens. And I thought it was also you guys knew about Haymeyer. And so
this literally explains my.
This is the actual video right here where the YouTuber who goes by Whistle and Diesel right here, and he does have 5.8. I sent him an email, by the way, and I also dropped a comment and said for him to reach out to me. But this has 4.7 million views on an unlisted link. So this guy's super popular. I've actually seen a couple of his videos before I knew who the person was. So this is his video, and he's going to explain exactly what the government is doing to him. I'm going to stop it a few times to explain what despotism is, and just check this out.
I just want to start this off by first saying I would much rather be making a fun piece of entertainment for everyone right now. But the court system has forced my hand. I don't really have a choice, and I feel like the general public should know about what is going on in the DeKalb County, Tennessee court system right now. That being said, about 2 years ago, I caught a man stealing from me. I went to his house. I got the police to get a search warrant within 10 minutes, and I forgave him for stealing thousands of dollars and priceless items from me.
I actually saw that video. That's the first video I saw this guy before I was ever on YouTube, before I publicly started to speak.
As his wife stood there crying, and I showed him mercy for stealing 20 things from me. And I think it's very ironic that a person that has stolen is not in jail, and I and a friend may be going to jail for allegedly splashing with jet skis. So this video isn't meant to be slanderous in any way whatsoever. Everything I say is factual. I have the paperwork right in front.
Slander is when you say something that's not true about someone else to defame their character. Libel is when you write it down. So if you get sued for defamation, it's either slander or libel. Slanderous is speech. Libel is written. Either of them are false. So what he's saying is, I'm saying some things about some people, but it's not false. So he couldn't be sued for defamation for slander because what he's saying is 100% true.
So on May 12th, 2022, I was on a lake filming a video with some friends. And after we were done filming that video, we went jet skiing. There was not a single other person on the lake. Me and my friend are just riding jet skis how jet skis are meant to be used. We're not getting in close proximity. We're not trying to hit each other. We're not doing anything dangerous. A boat of 4 TWRA officers, which is their version of the DNR, pulls up, but then charges my friend and I for reckless operation.
We're giving you a big break. Okay? You are getting charged with reckless operation, and then nobody.
So let me chime in here real fast. So understand something here. Let me paint the scene for you so you guys truly understand when the video you're watching. This guy right here, Whistle and Diesel, super famous, 25, 30-year-old YouTuber. And when you have 6 million subscribers, you're famous. I can't go anywhere. Grocery store, restaurant, I can't go anywhere without people walking up to me and saying, hey, thank you for your service. I know who you are. And I give them a fist bump and say, thank you. We don't stop. And if you see me on the street and you approach me, thank you. A fist bump. We don't stop, because I'm nothing without you guys. I have all the knowledge in the world and the charisma and the courage, but all the knowledge, charisma, and courage doesn't go anywhere. I am the tip of the spear. You are the weight of the spear. I can't do what I do without you. That's why if you've just been lurking around, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification buttons. This channel is growing at over 75,000 subscribers every 28 days. And it's because you guys are sharing the videos, because we're pointing out the true problems in our country. So you are the weight of the spear. This guy's legitimately famous. I couldn't imagine him. I go to restaurants, grocery stores, wherever I go, people notice me. This guy's got literally 20 times the following that I do. Now, granted, he doesn't got Team DLZ. He hasn't got you. You are the most rabid dog. You got that dog in you. And so that's why you're here, because you want the change. You want the change. And that's why we're all here, for the change. I'll stop interrupting. But
which is a Class A misdemeanor in Tennessee. I got the same charge as a DUI. The max penalty for that is a year in jail. This is my first time on a Tennessee lake. This officer was 100% unapologetic for this. There was no suggestion of a warning. So we go to court. I'm assuming that this is going to be like a speeding ticket. I'm like, all right, we'll just get this taken care of. It's not that big of a deal. A year later, I am still going to court over splashing with a jet ski. And this is what started what I'm about to talk about. The DA, which is the district attorney in charge of prosecuting everyone for the county. He's the one that presses cases and decides which ones are worth their time and what's not. He takes me and my friend John into a dark room. The lights are off.
Listen to this. Listen to this part right here. This is where the extortion from the government begins. Remember what I said earlier? The government's a capitalistic vulture. Listen to what they're trying to do.
This room with the two officers, he sits down at the table across from us, and I their time and what's not. He takes me and my friend John into a dark room. The lights are off in this room with the two officers. He sits down at the table across from us, and I remember this so vividly because I could not believe it when I was hearing it. He said, "I don't do this often, but I'm going to offer you guys a deal. You have a lot of pull and following on the internet. I know that you could get a lot of people to go to our Boater's Ed class. Make a video inviting people to our Boater's Ed class, and we'll drop everything." Now, what if...
Wow. And all of this goes away. All of this goes away. Chevy, thanks for the super chat. And thank you guys for the super chats. God bless you. I appreciate you guys. But so here's what happened. This guy, this young man, was out boating on the lake in Tennessee. He's with a friend named John. I don't know if that's his real name or not, but the other guy's not a known person. So John is fine. So they're out boating on a lake. They have these cops that are federal cops on every different federal waterways there are in the country. And so these group of men, 4 full-grown men my age, I'm almost 50. So 4 full-grown men see these 2 young men out there having a good time, whipping around, jet skiing out in the middle of the lake. Nobody's around. And they decide to go out there and charge them with reckless endangerment. And he's going to get into the details of it. But just imagine that. If I was sitting around with 3 buddies all my age and we saw 2 20-something kids, 2 20-something young men jet skiing around a lake, I would be there to make sure that if they did get in an accident, I helped them. But that's not what cops are for. Cops are here to fine you, fee you, kidnap you, steal your money, put you in the dungeon, and then give you a heavy, heavy fine for you to get out. So that's what you're seeing.
If I was someone else who didn't have that, would they be offered that deal? Or are they just going to press a charge? All right, go to jail for a year. So they knew who I was because I made a video on what happened that day, and they thought that they could get a video out of me. I said, no, I have sponsors. I can't just make a video on any random subject. This is my business. I say, no, this is unfair. You can't extort my business in exchange for promoting your government agency. He's all offended. He's like, all right, well, it's off the table then or whatever. All right.
So right there, just so you guys know, I do believe that he has actionable legal remedies. And look, there's going to be people who are lawyers in Tennessee that will be able to answer it better, even people who are not lawyers in Tennessee. There's going to be people who know more than I do. But when the DA says, hey, we want you to use your business to make more money for us, the government, that's extortion. And that's what he said. You're not going to extort my business. He said they thought they could get me to make a video. And on his profile, it says, I only make videos that are badass. So if you're waiting for a badass video, just hold tight. He only puts a video out once in a while. I think he's got 100 videos on his entire page. There's 14 or 1,500 on DLZ. So they tried to extort him. And I believe that they said, hey, if you help us make money, then what we'll do is we'll make these charges for you go away. I believe that's legally actionable. I'm not sure if it's going to be a state or a federal, but that is extortion. And I believe he could take legal action against the state for doing that, as he should. He should sue all of them in federal court. I would in 2 seconds flat. I would sue them in 2 seconds flat. I would call my team. We would get on the phone. We would all start to pitch ideas around to see what the best way to sue them is. The DA said, if you use your channel with 6 million subscribers to get people to come in and sign up for our $10 a month voting class, then all these charges will go away. That's extortion. That's illegal. He could sue them, and he should. 100% he should sue them. He should sue them. It just drives me crazy.
It's like an episode of CSI now. We walk out of the dark room. John and I go to walk down the hallway to leave, and he says, oh, come back here. My son or this kid that works here, I forget, one of the two, wants a photo with you. I was nice and took a photo with his son.
I would not have done that.
But why would a government employee, a DA, ever do that? How can you look at someone and tell them to take a photo with your son after you just tried charging them with a year in jail? That just started everyone off on the wrong foot. So I made a video talking about it, and the DA saw this, and he has made it his absolute effort to try to push this through. One day
oh, wow. Can you imagine that? He exposes the DA for the extortionist scumbag, statist, jackboot thug pig that he is. And now the DA has made it his personal mission to try to put this guy in jail. Remember, there's no victim. There's no victim. When I'm governor, I'm going to change the state constitution that you can only be punished if there's a victim. We go back to the 6th Amendment standard that you have a right to face your accuser. If there's no accuser, there's no case. If there's no accuser, there's no case. This bullshit of the state's going to pick up the prosecution charges. No, you're not. Not when I'm governor of that state. I'm going to put it in the state constitution that if there's no human being that's a citizen, that's a victim, there is no case. You watch what I do when I'm governor. Watch what I do. I'm going to change it all from the top down. I am not suicidal, even slightly suicidal. I don't clean my gun. So you CIA, FBI, Fraternal Order of Police pigs are like, oh, we're just going to go kill him and wrap it up like Jeffrey Epstein. No, bro. The thousands and thousands of people who watch my channel know I am not suicidal. And when I'm governor, I'm going to change this from the top down. I'm going to put it in the state constitution that you can only be prosecuted through the courts if there is a victim. That includes a victim of violence, a victim of harassment, a victim of theft, a victim of violence. We're prosecuting people in this country where there's no victim. They're on the water splashing around. They're on the water. Ooh, they're on their jet skis. Oh my God. 2 guys in their 20s having a good time on the water, and the vulturistic capital pigs are sitting over there going, what can we charge them with? We need to get some money for the state. I believe it was a total scam. I believe it was, oh, everybody, Chuck Bronson's in the room. What's up, Chuck Bronson? Chuck Bronson, and I think somebody else just joined too. Who was it? I saw it go through, but Joel, thanks for joining, man. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you guys so much. You know, I'm feeling the love. I am feeling the love. This team, man, we are diehards. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. Chuck Bronson, get over Chuck Bronson's channel. Everybody subscribe to his channel. This man is a freedom fighter. He's doing mostly Kick right now. I just want to let you guys know that he's live streaming through Kick. But so they're extorting this kid. And I sent him an email and said, hey, come on my channel and talk to me. I believe that they recognized this kid. They saw their binoculars and they targeted it so that they could get people to sign up for their voting class. They'd put a little pressure on him and that he would break, and then he would make a video and get everybody signed up for the voting class. And they were counting the dollars. We're going to get thousands of people to sign up for $10.
We go into the court for the preliminary hearing. We're the only ones dressed up in suits because we haven't murdered anyone or dealt in meth. The judge is sitting up there and they cross-examine the officers that pulled us over that day. They say, were you wearing body cams? No, we weren't wearing body cams. My lawyer asks the officer that pulled us over, what did you witness them doing? He says, I witnessed them operating their jet skis within 30 yards of each other,
Huh.
which is 90 feet. He then asks, what is the legal operating distance of 2 watercraft between each other? He says 150 feet. The judge then corrects the TWA officer and says, no, it looks like it's actually 100 feet. So you're telling me that this officer could tell from half a mile away through binoculars that we were within 10 feet of getting a year in jail. Ever since that pretrial, I was waiting for the audio recording. I had my lawyer submit a request. A month goes by. I call finally. I say, hey, where is our pretrial? I would really like this pretrial. Sorry, we can only give that to your lawyer. So I said, all right, well, he's going to come pick it up. Sorry, we're having problems with our system. No, he's going to get it Monday. They're stalling as much as they can for us to not have this. My lawyer drives 2 hours to the courthouse Monday, and he picks up this CD, DeKalb County Prelim, State versus Detweiler. We get the CD, and we try it in literally everything. See if.
What do I say on this channel all the time? What do I say all the time? That the jackboot thug pigs should not get access to the camera footage or audio. The third party should handle all audio and video from the courts and from the cops, because you may not get it. They'll either edit it, redact it, change it, or you won't get it at all.
There's
Nothing. There's nothing.
It's a blank CD.
It's a blank CD.
Dude.
Anything that would.
He did not audio record his court case. When you go to court, you have audio recording devices on you, multiple audio recording devices. You do what you want. I'm telling you what I do. When I go to court, and by the way, so for the people who think, oh, we're going to get them, I have people go to court who have audio devices on them. You are not going to have the only record, you jackboot thug pigs. You are not. And let me tell you how much it costs. Let's listen to what it costs him, because he didn't have it audio recorded. He followed the rules like a nice guy, and you're standing on the wall with your junk in your hand. You ain't getting laid, bro. You didn't do it right. You were Mr. Nice Guy. I'm not going to put an audio earring in. I'm not going to put an audio necklace on. I'm not going to put an audio bracelet. I'm not going to put my phone on audio. I'm not going to have any audio recording. I'm not going to have a bottle that has an audio recording device on it. I'm not going to do anything that has an audio recording device on it. Why didn't you? Listen to what it cost him. Listen to what it cost him.
Anything's on there come up.
But what I can't understand is why the CD's blank. They say, oh, we've been having some trouble with our system lately.
Of course they are. How come they're having problems with their system?
Okay, well, their system can only burn CDs, apparently. I want audio of this pretrial. This literally explains my innocence.
This literally explains his innocence, and he didn't get an audio recording of it. This explains, during the pretrial hearing, they lay out that there's nothing against him, and he doesn't have an audio copy of it.
My lawyer sends me this letter that he got from the judge. This is so funny. I'm sending you a copy of the audio recording from the preliminary hearing held on February 21st, 2023. This audio is released to you as counsel for the defendant to assist in the defense of the pending case. While I understand that you may need to play this audio recording for your client as part of your preparation, and you may need to share this with the co-defendant's counsel, you are not authorized to disseminate, or distribute this recording to any other persons. And this recording shall not be published in any form on any social media or any media platform. This applies to your client or anyone acting on behalf of or in concert with your client.
So why do you think a judge would say that? State of Tennessee versus Cody Detweiler. Cody Detweiler. So at the top there, February 21st, 2023. I'm sending you a copy of the audio recording from the preliminary hearing held February 21st, 2023. This audio is released to you as counsel for the defendant to assist in the defense of the pending case. While I understand that you may need to play the audio recording for your client as part of your preparation, and you may need to share this with co-defendant's counsel, you're not authorized to disseminate or distribute this recording to any other person. And this recording shall not be published in any form on any social media or any media platform. This applies to your client or anyone acting on behalf or in concert with your client. Should you have any problems with my instructions, you're welcome to contact my office to discuss this with me directly. Don't tell anybody. Don't show anybody. No one else can hear. If you share this with anybody, I'm going to hold you in contempt and put you in jail. If you have any questions, call me about that. And I'll remind you that if you share the despotism that the state of Tennessee is pushing upon you, I'm going to put you in the dungeon. And Jason Dollarhide's story's coming up next. You're going to hear they're beating him. They're attacking him in jail. A nonviolent man. This says that the judges in this country are dog poo. This says that the judge don't let anybody see what the state is doing to Cody. Don't you share this with anybody. Don't you dare share this with anybody. Nobody can know what we're doing to you. Across the board, everybody. What I do is I always have somebody in the courtroom with an audio device. I always have an audio device. Always. I don't give a rat's ass. I will record it. I will have the audio. So judges, don't think you're going to tell the court reporter, hey, redact that. I got the actual audio. I got the actual audio. Always. And if I think they're going to search me, I have other people bring in the audio. I am not going to get caught without an audio recording. It could have set him free. But the judges in our country, which I'm about to sue the judge in Nevada at the federal court for banning me from bringing my camera in, they want to make sure you don't get a record of the despotism. You can't actually show anybody what's happening to you.
Should you have any problems with my instructions, you're welcome to contact my office to discuss this with me directly.
So that I can remind you that if you break my rules, I will put you in prison.
All right. You want to play that game? They don't want me to have anything to talk about on social media because
no, it's not talk about. It's to show the people what's happening to you, Cody.
They know that I'm making videos talking about what's going on in the court. I don't care if their equipment's not updated. Sure, it'd be fine.
No, Cody, it's not that their equipment's not updated. It's that they're hiding transparency, bro. They don't want you to have the audio recording. Whoops, we couldn't get it to you, Cody. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
If the CD actually had anything on it. But what's up with the games? Like,
dude, welcome to the judicial system in America.
I don't get that. And they also send me the letter that says I can't have the pretrial when any other person in any other case would get the pretrial. The poor other kid that's in on this with me is kind of at my mercy because they won't drop it for him. So as long as I don't back down, this other kid faces the same charges as me. So any other person would not be able to afford the legal fees to take something this far, especially with a good lawyer.
Wait for this. Wait for this. How much? Take a guess. Everybody right now, write down in the comment section. This is literally a misdemeanor. You know, he says a year in jail, but they only have the year in jail there so that they can fry you and put you in jail for a year if they don't like you. But typically what it is you get a fine. They want to take your money. They want to kidnap you and put you in jail. So anyway, the point is take a guess. What do you think the money is right now? How much money do you think he's in? He's only on the second or third phase of pretrial. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to him on the phone. I sent him an email. You guys drop him a comment on the video. This is an unlisted link, so I have to share it. Let me share this link in the chat real quick. You can't watch this video unless you have the link. It's unlisted. Only 4 other million people have it. So, so 15K, 20K. What's your guess? 10K. Chuck Bronson says 100K. Elite says 45K. Kyle says 12,000. David Murphy says 150,000. Patrick Miller said 90,000. Chad said 50,000. All right, let's get to it and let's see what he spent.
Let's just say I've hired someone to help take care of this because I would like to. Let's just say that all this could be resolved very quickly, I feel like. So I am now in just over $75,000 in legal fees for this. I'm paying for myself and this other kid to help defend him because he literally operates a cattle farming business. Like
Right. What if you didn't have 75 grand or you didn't have 150,000 people to help you crowdfund?
Really, you picked the absolute worst possible person to fuck with because I don't put up with this. And I see.
Wow. Did you hear that?
Really, you picked the absolute worst possible person to fuck with because I don't put up with this. And
Cody, I'm with you 100%. LVMPD, Ironton Police Department, the cops I'm still suing, you picked the wrong guy to F with. I don't back down. I don't quit. I don't no surrender. Pam Wagner in Ironton, Ohio, we're not done. We're not done. I'll refile. I won't stop. Pam Wagner, Spulgeric, I'm not going to stop. Fauch, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to sue and I'm going to sue and I'm going to sue. This ain't over. Massachusetts, you think this is over? I'll refile. I can refile my case and I will. Cody, I'm on the same page, brother. We don't quit. We don't stop. We don't stop.
I see it happen all the time. He literally operates a cattle farming business. Like you picked the absolute worst possible person to fight with, because I don't put up with this. And I see it happen all the time. To protest against courts seeing civilians as vulnerable and weak people that they can take.
So he's going to do a promo right here, and I'm just going to let it play. Typically, I don't let promos play.
Advantage of, and to help pay for $75,000 in legal fees, I have made the jet ski t-shirt. Now I hand
Good for you, Cody. God bless you, brother.
drew this. I literally whipped it up in 30 seconds on Photoshop. So it says eliminate him.
Eliminate him. No, they don't want to eliminate you. They want to rape you. They're raping you for your money and for your fame. I think the cops targeted him. They saw him on the boat and they said, dude, that's that Diesel kid, Whistling Diesel kid. He's got 6 million subscribers. One of those pigs on the boat recognized him and they targeted him.
Jet ski ban water. No H2O. Jail citizens with boats. Here's my plan. If I could just get 5,000 people to buy this shirt, that's enough to take this to the Supreme Court so that everyone can afford this shirt. I made it cheaper than all the others. And it's now on monstermax.com.
Monstermax.com.
This is not real money in case people think I'm just...
No, Cody, we know you're not rich, dude. You're doing well, but you're not just rich. I mean, 6 million, he might be. He might have a lot of money.
rolling in the dough.
No, he's probably making a lot of money with 6 million subscribers. Yeah, he's probably making a ton.
More time on this t-shirt than
But that's what he does for a living. He sells t-shirts. So I'm more than willing to I'm going to buy a t-shirt.
the DeKalb County Courthouse spends on professionally putting together a court case. Anyways, this is just to help to pay for
You hear what he said?
people think I'm
Listen to what he says right here about the court personnel that are scumbags.
rolling in the dough. I spent more time on this t-shirt
I spent more time on this t-shirt.
than the DeKalb County Courthouse spends on professionally putting together a court case.
So just remember, this guy was out on the lake jet skiing with a buddy of his. And this is where I'm going to cut back. Sure, Colin, go ahead. This is where I'm going to cut back to Brian's video. I want to show you something that Brian pointed out on
Himself and this other kid to help defend him because he literally operates.
Numbers don't lie. Law enforcement. In other words, it's all for this.
Okay, so I got the timestamp right here at 9:42 because I saw this when I watched Brian's video yesterday. This is once again, this is on Here's the Deal. You guys make sure you get over here and subscribe to my buddy Brian. So Brian's breakdown right here at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. He really describes this really well, and I want you guys to hear what Brian says.
Son or this kid that works here, I forget one of the two, wants a photo with you.
In other words, it's all for this state agent. Here, benefit me by doing this. Here, benefit me by doing that. Or you take this photo with this kid over here. Benefit me by putting out a video on your, to your 5.6 million subscribers, showing the benefits of boater safety courses. Benefit me, but nothing for you from the state. Nothing but tyranny, nothing but victimization, nothing but cost, nothing but dragging your name through the mud through the court system.
I was nice, and
That's why Brian from Here's the Deal is the best in the business.
employ a DA with a year.
You don't care.
Video talking about it. I had to push body cam,
Prove that
body cams. My lawyer asked
Okay,
the
so now listen to what Brian says about the body cams here. Once again, he's spot on.
officer that pulled us over.
of course they weren't wearing body cams. They need to be required to wear body cameras so that they can prove that their words are true, because the cameras don't lie. Law enforcement agents lie. The FBI lies. The CIA lies. People lie, but cameras don't lie. They need to be wearing body cams. But here's the rub here. He's getting to the point where we need to really delve deeper into this, because I think this piece of information will get this guy off like that.
Say, were you wearing body cams? No, we weren't wearing body cams. My lawyer asks the officer that pulled us over, what did you witness them doing? He says, I witnessed them operating their jet skis within 30 yards of each other.
Just absolutely incredible. I mean, just absolutely astounding what we're seeing. So the government has become a capitalistic vulture, and we are both the prey and their target. We are their piggy bank, and we are the target of their capitalistic aggression, because they spotted this kid. And listen, when you have, so I have almost 300,000 subscribers because of y'all. And if I go to a restaurant, or if I go to a grocery store, or if I go to a hockey game or a basketball game or a wrestling tournament for 8-year-old kids, people walk up to me and say, "You're Delete Laws. I want to shake your hand. Thank you." Appreciate that, right? If you have 5.6 million subscribers, literally 20 times larger than the following on Team DLZ here, you gonna go anywhere. Not the lake, not church, nowhere. Everybody knows who you are if they watch YouTube ever. I saw this kid's video 2 years ago when he caught a guy stealing his stuff from his property and went to the guy's house to get his property back. I saw the video. I didn't know it was him. I saw his video though. That's what happens when you have 5.5, 6 million subscribers. So when he was out on the lake, one of those 4 pigs who thinks that he's a good man, he spotted Whistling Diesel and told the other pigs, "That's Whistling Diesel. He's got 5.6 million subscribers." And then they said, "Okay, well, let's extort him to try to get more people to sign up for the boating classes. Because if there's more people signing up for the boating classes, hey, Tim, next week you want to do the weekend shift, you're going to get paid overtime, and you get to get away from the wife for the weekend." Or get away from your mother-in-law. Ah! I told you, I'm going to try to relax a little bit. I'm not going to curse. I said 2 curse words the last 2 streams, and that is not going to happen again. So, Cody, I'm going to find you. I'm going to reach out to you. I want to get you on the program. Look, and let me just share. So, if anybody is unfamiliar, let me just show you. So right now, right this minute, right this very second, we are growing at a rate that is just unbelievable. It is just, I've never seen anything like it. So we're growing at 75.9 thousand subscribers every 28 days, right there. I mean, I honestly, I'm so humbled and so grateful that you guys are subscribing to the channel and you're sharing the videos. If you really want to help me a bunch, just keep sharing videos and dropping comments and hitting the like button. Did everybody hit the like button? Has everybody hit the like button? Do me a favor, everybody, hit the like button and then drop down in the comment section, JDPT, Jack Boot Thug Pig, JBTP, Jack Boot Thug Pig, or just kidding. OTVO, Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. OTVO. Put it in there. And now Colin's going to have to. So get this. Over on TikTok, they just told Colin, who's the runner of DLZ Clips, they just told Colin on TikTok that I can't ask people to put a 1 in the chat or to put OTVO in the comments because that's fake engagement. Can everybody do me a favor and put OTVO in the comment section? That's how it works, TikTok Rick Rock. That's how it works across the internet, across every channel, not just mine. Every creator there is out there, because the audience is sitting listening to you and they're doing what they're doing, dishes, whatever. And then to get them to engage again, you ask them to post something in the comments. So, okay, instead of OTVO, type whatever you want in the comment section right now, but make it positive. Say something nice about somebody else. Say something nice about one of the other people in the comment section. That way we're not having some generic OTVO go through there. Just say something nice. Say hello to someone else. Hey, good to see you, Gloria. Nice to see you, writes on. How you doing, Truth of God? How you doing, David? Nice to see you. Good to see you, Rumflower. How are you? Devin, it's nice to see you. How are you doing today? Seeing red? Me too. I'm always seeing red. Chuck Bronson with the hearts. So do me a favor. Just drop in the comments something beautiful. A beautiful, lovely thing to say. You know what I want to say? I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so happy to be alive. I'm so happy to be sharing my life with you folks. I'm so happy that we have so many freedom fighters right here on this channel. So many generous, loving people who constantly donate their money to people they don't know. That's incredible to me. I had no idea that it would go the way it is. There's so many beautiful. Did I just see my buddy? Oh, Stefan, you have a similar symbol. He has a cross symbol. Right Way Ministries. I miss him. David, I miss you, brother. I don't know where you are. David, I miss you, bro. But I was hoping that was him. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so happy to be alive. I'm so happy to be a part of this group. I'm so happy to be a leader. I am the tip of the spear and you are the weight of the spear. I am nothing without you and you need me to pierce the beast. Sorry, I'm just having a good time. Well, so look at the numbers. We're growing 76,000 subscribers the last 28 days and growing and growing. All right. So now I'm going to switch gears right now. Keep on writing something beautiful for someone in the comment section. Or if you want, you can just write how you feel about the police in this country or the government. Go ahead. Just write down in the comment section. That way it keeps the engagement up. But we're not using the same generic slogan. So that way because Colin will send me a text and be like, man, this social media company screwed us. And then he'll send me a text. YouTube screwed us. TikTok screwed us. Facebook screwed us. They're constantly trying to push me down because I'm a leader. And when I get into that governor's mansion and I change the state constitution, there'll be no more trials for people if there's no victim. Think about that. Sixth Amendment standard with the Fourth Amendment standard, you can't be prosecuted without a victim. The state is not a victim. So I'm going to work on the wording of that before I start to work on the state constitution. But I want to show you guys something, and this is a call to action. Right now, one of our friends, Jason Dollarhide, is in the jail, and they are attacking him. They are physically attacking him while he's in chains. You're going to hear directly from the man. I recorded the phone call earlier today with his wife, Heather Dollarhide, and they snatched away Jason's 6-year-old daughter. Heather went down, fought like hell, got a custody release for her daughter to be released to friends and family of them. And so right now, Avery Dollarhide is not in the custody of the state. She's in the custody of friends of Heather and Jason Dollarhide. There's no reason in the world they should have took their kid. And if anybody has a connection for Institute for Justice, we need some attorneys in Oklahoma. I don't have a bar card. I've never gone to law school. I can't do anything other than expose, and I'll raise money for that family. So remember, Jason's still in jail. They got rent paid this month. They're going to need rent next month. So we're going to have to do another fundraiser, not right this second, but we're going to do another fundraiser. So we're going to raise her the money for her rent. All right. So let's listen to Jason from in jail, and he's going to lay out that the guards are attacking him while he's in shackles. I can feel the anger. I can feel the anger. Hold on. I am not going to curse. And I'm not going to let my heart stress get too bad and my brain stress get too bad, because this hurts to hear my friend on the phone today. And I had to say some things that were pretty tough to him today. So doing the best I can with what I got. I'm not perfect.
Hello.
Heather, what's going on?
Nothing. What's up? I'm at my mom's. We just left the courthouse and I just got off the phone with Jason.
So what happened in court today? Because today was the day they were supposed to reduce the bond or the writ was going to be recognized.
No, they acted like they knew nothing about the writ and the bond reduction. And his paid attorney came and then they gave him a public defender, but the public defender walked up to him and told him that if he's going to file his own paperwork, that he can represent himself, that they don't have a public defender assigned to his case yet, which they've got the paperwork and assigned a public defender over 10 days ago. So they're just.
So let's go one step at a time here, okay? So
Okay.
we're gonna go slow so people can understand what's going on. So you went to court today for Jason, and what was the hearing about?
It was about
The writ of habeas corpus and the bond reduction, correct?
Okay, so a little bit of advice here. When everybody else is losing their heads, keep yours. When the room is rocking and rolling and people are screaming, you keep composed.
they said it was about, but that they didn't recognize either of those things. They or his new charges. This court date was over his old charges.
From the lake incident?
From 21, and one of them's a felony and one of them's a misdemeanor. I don't know exactly which cases it is.
Right. Was he
They are
charged with felony
even
at the lake?
confused.
Was he charged with a felony at the lake for the cop attacking him?
No, it was a misdemeanor assault charge.
The cop attacked him unjustly. Okay, I got it. So then you went to court today, and so what happened today then?
All they did was reset his court date for another preliminary hearing on August 29th and a preliminary hearing on August 30th in two different judges' courtrooms, and it's supposed to be on all of his charges.
But what about the bond reduction hearing and the writ of habeas corpus?
They said that we're not talking about that today.
That's illegal. And we're going to file a complaint on the judge right now. I'm going to fill out the form. I'm going to drop the form in the comment section. We can all file a complaint on the judge right away. They have to hear the writ of habeas corpus that Heather filed. I have the receipt. She filed it on July 31st.
Did you say, well, here's the writ, you have to talk about it, it's a matter
Yes,
of law?
they said that it was never filed, and I told them, yes, I filed it myself, and I have a copy of it right here.
All Jason has to do is give it to a jailer, and they have to hear it in court.
He even wrote a letter to the judge.
Who's the
After
judge? What's the judge's name?
Thad Bachman.
ThadBalkman. Thad Bachman. Write that down if you want to fill out the complaint form. You'll see it again in a second.
Balkman.
So that's just his last name? Balkman, Balkman?
Yes, and his first name is Thad, Thad.
We're going to file a complaint on him. He has to hear the writ of habeas corpus.
And then as soon as Jason got back to the jail, he called me and told me that when they took him out to the freezer, as they call it, one of the guards asked him what his name was, and because they have to write down what inmates go in there. And as soon as he told him his name, the guard got up and tried to attack him, and one of the other guards had to stop him, and then they pushed him into a cell and locked the door.
Why did the guard get up and try to attack him?
That's what I said. I said, why? And he said, because of my name, because of who I am.
I believe it. I believe it.
And even the other inmates were like, damn, they treat you like shit, dude.
Really? I'm not surprised at all. You know, and by the way, people who will hear this, they'll go, guards and cops just don't attack people.
Oh, they do.
You believe Jason?
I've seen it with my own eyes. Jason's calling me right now.
Go ahead, take that call. Call me back.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Jason, what's going on, buddy?
Man, all right.
We disconnected there, and then I said, talk to Jason, and then, he needs to talk to his wife. He needs his love. And so then I asked him, I said, ask him to call me. And then he called me about 15, 20 minutes later.
Court today, and tried talking. My one lawyer went up there and had me sign something that they set me up for a trial September 11th, finally. And then another attorney come over and talked to me and started telling me about, sounded real good. And then she went back over and was talking to ADA. And then another lady came over and told me that if my wife is filing all these motions, that I can represent myself. And
if his wife is filing all these motions, Heather Dollarhide filed a writ of habeas corpus. Get the body is what it means.
To quit on my case. So I don't even know. They gave me a court date of August 29th and August 30th, and then would not talk to me at all. I've been here 26 days. They known about they said they didn't know about these charges till today. And then I asked about the bond reduction and several things, and they just shut me down immediately. Even a cop told me to shut up. And so when I was handcuffed and shackled by myself, as I'm being taken out of the courtroom, I'm being pushed. And then I get out inside the little outside area, and this cop named Lancaster, he tells me, what's my name? And I tell him Dollarhide. And he's like, I didn't hear. And I said, you heard me, it's Dollar. He jumped up and tried to physically attack me, Chille. And another deputy named Burnson, this black guy, he stopped him. He had to hold him back from attacking me inside this little room.
So why is a guard going ballistic on a man who is shackled at both the wrists and the ankles, and those shackles are shackled to his mid-waist? Why is anybody attacking somebody in that position?
Between 3:25 and 3:45 today. And then Burnson walked over to me, and I'm standing by the wall trying to, figure out what to do. And he just shoves me inside this cage, dude, almost knocks me off my feet, dude. I mean, I've got a broken leg, broken pelvis, hurt back. You know what I mean? I'm shackled and handcuffed. There is no way they're going to shove me around like that, man. And then another deputy come in. His name is Deputy Snow. He started, letting them know that they were in the wrong. And he came back in there and told me to go file a formal complaint right now. And I done it on the kiosk. I talked to my wife. I'm having her file one on the website right now. She's in the process of trying to get it done. And I told her then I was contacting you, dude. But I'm lost on these court dates. I even moved to the next person. I was like, Your Honor, do you know stuff has been filed here, Your Honor, that needs to be addressed today? My bond is absolutely unreasonable. And he just acted like he's like, we're not discussing that today.
The judge, when he is aware that there is a writ of habeas corpus filed, the judge has to act within the boundaries of the Constitution.
Wow.
So I'm just lost.
In the event a third-party call is detected, your call will be terminated without warning.
Maybe stop using that term, all right? Let's stop saying it, because you're not lost. You have all the help in the world.
I know.
I got to give him some tough love here. So I got to be a little bit hard here because he has to hear me.
We're not
That's
gonna
how
stop.
I feel today, man.
I know that, but
anyway.
you tell me that every time. And your brain hears what your mouth says. You're not lost. You know exactly where you are. You're being treated unjustly. You're being held criminally, and it's wrong. You know where you are. You know you're living in an absolute nightmare. So we know where we are. We're not lost. We know exactly what's going on. All right? So I just want you to start to say, I am going to be able to handle this. I can take this. I can deal with this. I am dealing with this.
But I just hate that, they're not supposed to. I'm already shackled and handcuffed. I can only take so much of a step.
I know that. Your leg shackles too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, now I have more damage on my wrist. Both wrists are all scuffed up again.
I know it, Jason. I understand. I know it. I was in leg shackles and wrist shackles in Twin Towers, downtown LA. I know what you're going through. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So the one cop who pushed you, jumped up, tried to attack you, his name was Lancaster, you said?
No, the one that pushed me, he's a black guy named Burnson.
Okay, I got that. What was the...
Hey, DLZ Clips, will you put what's the number to that jail in the chat? Let me just drop that in the chat so I can know what that number is. I'm going to put it in my phone.
The first cop's name?
Lancaster. That's the one that jumped up from his chair and computer and acted like he was about to. That cop and held him back. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
What's not worth it? Just attacking a guy in shackles and wrists and leg shackles?
And all I did was tell him my name.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's all I said. I mean,
listen. Well, you need to follow up and file a formal complaint, and I'm gonna release this so that they know that guards are attacking you inside of that jail.
Yeah.
Your life's
this
on the
is
line.
right outside the court. This is right outside the courthouse in their little storage, like their holding area. I guess they call it like the dog cage or something.
It
looks like
the dog cage. You told me about this yesterday. It's like a freezer outside. They call it the freezer. It's this little room outside the courthouse where they put you in a cage while you're in shackles. The way we treat people is so inhumane. The way we allow these prison guards in prisons to operate, they got to be shut down. It's inhumane treatment of human beings. It has to change. So, all right.
100.
But I really need to sit down and have a talk with Heather. I need to know what's going on with your lawyer. You need a decent lawyer. So I'm going to do something tonight. We'll try to reach the Institute for Justice because you really need help. You need a couple different attorneys to help you. And I don't have a bar card at there or anywhere else. So I just have to try to get you help.
But what's that number? The Cleveland County Jail. The number is 405-701-7700. Is that what it is, DLZ Clips? The number to that Cleveland County Jail? Is that what you text me? Am I reading? Let me make sure I can see that properly. 405-701-7700. Is that correct? Okay.
You need a decent lawyer. You can't go with a public pretender. So let them walk.
Yeah, I can give you her name. I could give you her name. She gave me her card, and she was so rude to me.
Who
And
was?
like,
No, Jason, stop looking backwards. We're moving forward. We got to find you a real attorney.
Okay.
Screw them. Just move forward. We got to deal with the complaints on the guards because I keep telling you this. And you got to listen to me. The 1980 case of Johnson versus Glick makes it.
yeah.
So if the guards kill you, they get away with it. You got to listen. I've dropped it subtly 3 or 4 times to you, and now I'm just going to tell you, shut the fuck up in jail. Don't interact with any.
Man.
You're not. They're targeting you now because if you talk in jail, they can kill you. I keep telling you this, and you keep on sloughing off what I'm saying and saying, yeah, well, I can only take so much. You can take amazing amounts if you realize you have to. You need to shut up, Jason. You're not in a place where you can live. They can kill you.
I believe that.
Well, you got to stop with the guards. You can't. It's
It
too.
wasn't the guards, man.
It's
This was
on.
the sheriff.
I know it. I know they're persecuting you. I get it. But what you can do is remain mute. As you should. You should not have any interactions with anybody. You should be the quietest guy in the world. No one should even know you're there.
I've been to jail 3 or 4 dozen times, 30 or 40 times maybe. Arrested for no reason, lots and lots of times. I know the 1980 case of Johnson versus Glick. When I go to jail, besides when I had to beat the shit out of someone real quick because I was challenged and I had no choice, you don't make a sound. You do your push-ups, you do your pull-ups, you do your squats, you work out alone, you train hard. I'm talking in the hundreds of push-ups and pull-ups and squats a day, hundreds. People see you, you're always training and you're not talking to anybody. Johnson versus Glick makes it damn near impossible unless you have video footage of what happens to you. And how many have we seen of them strapping people to chairs and killing those people and the guards get away with it? Johnson versus Glick, 1980.
I'm telling you, man. Johnson versus Glick. 1980. Guards can kill you under the name of keeping order. Trust me.
I'm just saying, man. He asked me my name. I told him, and he jumped up, acted like he was. I mean, like I said, the other cops stopped him.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's all I did, man. And it's
I know.
absolutely ridiculous.
I know. I'm just telling you, in jail, you gotta be so calm and so cool. You're getting involved with all.
Even when I got back here, the guy that brought me back to my house, he was like, I said, hey, man, can I make a phone call? He's like, yeah, bro, go ahead. So I immediately got on the phone and, told Heather everything that happened. But she didn't know none of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I was like, well, when I got back to where I'm housed, they didn't unlock my door. So I jumped on the phone.
He's even calling it his house. That's how quickly you become institutionalized.
And I even filled out a complaint here, too.
Yeah. And listen, it's not that I don't understand you're being treated unfairly. It's not like I don't understand. I want you to live.
I know.
It's not that I don't think that you're right. You are. And that they're wrong. They are. I want you to live through jail.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am. I'm living lockdown to lockdown.
I'm going to have to cover Johnson versus Glick now so people understand that when you go to the dungeon, you're in real danger. And the biggest danger is the guards and the jailers. That's the biggest danger you're facing.
And my mental health, man. I mean, it's just,
you don't got time for that candy ass shit, man. You gotta get tough. You gotta put an exterior around your brain, and you are mentally strong. Start saying things of affirmation instead of things of like, I'm lost. You need to say, I can handle this. I have to get through this. It looks like September 11th is the closest date that you're going to be possibly released.
I have a court date the 29th, the 30th, and the next one's the 11th.
Yeah, but I don't think anything's going to happen on those 29th and 30th. I don't think.
I mean, dude, I was so lost. I mean, they've had this
writ.
They act like they just read these charges today, is the way they acted.
I know that.
They're going to try. They're going to try
to cheat. They're going to try to cheat you every way they can, and they will cheat you any way they possibly can.
So I'm hoping they bring me some paperwork tonight, because once again I didn't get nothing from the courthouse.
Yeah. Dude, listen, this is why I didn't go back to the courthouse in Ironton when they tried to revoke my bond, because once they get you in the dungeon, they can just, oh, you know what? We don't have everything here. Let's postpone for 3 weeks.
Right.
And they do it. How many times have they done
My
that to you?
last court date was in March.
Right.
I thought I was about to get hit with December or something.
I'm going to try to get the Institute for Justice. I'm going to release this audio, and I'm going to try to get the Institute for Justice to come help. I don't know if it's ripe enough for them to get in, but I think it is. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, we need bar card lawyers to help, and that is a hard reality. It sucks, but it's true. And you need a decent lawyer. So if that ADA is acting that way already, just walk and don't spend 1 second complaining about it. F off, lady, and move on.
Right.
And you're not going to represent yourself on.
She's like, don't sign nothing just to get out of here. I said, I'm not.
All right.
So
what else can I do for you?
One day at a time, man.
What else can I do for you from out here?
I just if you can help my wife with anything, man. If anything they need, I always that guy that takes care.
And that right there, folks, that right there, both Jason Dollarhide and Heather Dollarhide. Heather sold her car. She sold her belongings to raise the funds to begin the fundraising process. You know, DLZ clips, you can put my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App up there. And we can start. And if you send me any money, put Dollarhide on that tagline. I'll screenshot everybody's donation, put it on my community page or in a video, and I'll send that money to Jason and Heather Dollarhide. So if you want to donate, then go ahead and do so. Put Dollarhide on the subject line. Make sure you put the name Dollarhide on the subject line on PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. But this is the reason why, because when Jason went to jail, Heather sold her car and started to sell their belongings. And when I talked to Jason, he said the same thing. Just take care of my wife and my kid. So to me, there's no victim of any crime that Jason is being accused of. There's no restitution due. There's no property damage. There's nothing. Jason was at the lake in 2019 when the cops pulled up to him. He told the cops to F off their deer watching. When he told the cop to F off, the cop attacked him and arrested him. And since then, the cops in Oklahoma have been targeting Jason Dollarhide and ruining his life. And now he's been in jail for almost a month. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on Heather Dollarhide. And I'm going to let's finish this video.
Yeah, you're all right.
They're getting a little money here and there on my books to help me get through the week. And so I'm putting money on the phone. And other than that, man, that's where I'm at right now.
How much money are they spending on your books and on your phone?
Like $50 here and there.
Right, but if you do 55 times, that's $250 in a week or two. That's a lot of money.
Right.
That stacks up. That's a quarter of your rent. All right. We got to find you a proper attorney. So now that Avery is secured with some friends and family, and we know that we're stuck like Chuck on these things, we need to get some real help. So I'll focus on that.
That bond reduction would be a huge thing, man.
They won't have a bond reduction hearing for you.
I'm just saying that's a big jump. Is get a bond reduction, I'd be out there working to get a real attorney. And I even told my wife, she's been asking on this. I have a trust in Dallas that they haven't settled yet. It's almost been a year since that wreck happened. So I don't know how long they take to have them settle on wrecks. But next month will be a year since the wreck happened. So.
Oh, money?
So this is how desperate Jason is. Listen to how desperate he is, because number one, he's being institutionalized. He's already calling to sell his house. And number two, he is his perspective is so shifted on how real money comes in.
For a settlement?
Yeah, for a settlement.
In the event a third-party call is detected, your call will be terminated without warning.
What's
I said September the 2nd will be a year since that wreck happened. They ain't nothing.
You're not going to get
no money.
But you're just pulling at straws here, man. You're not there. You can't fight for that.
That's not bad. I mean, I'm not holding on. I'm just saying that's one day that'll pop into our lives, but I don't know when.
What's the settlement amount?
They've not even slid a piece of paper across the table yet.
Well, then why are we talking about it?
I'm just saying. I mean, that I told my wife to message them to see what's going on. That's all I was saying.
She's not going to be able to handle that, man. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hyperbole. All right. All right, Jason. let me get this out there, and we'll talk again soon. All right.
I appreciate it, man. Like I said, we hear from you, know I'm locked down.
I know it.
If we don't hear from him, he's in lockdown. They've locked him down.
I know it. Stay strong. Start giving yourself positive
I will,
affirmations.
man. I'm strong-minded. I'm positive.
There you go.
I just hate when I come out of court not knowing nothing and then
They
get treated
attack
like shit
Yeah.
for nothing. So,
Yeah. I'm
once
with
again,
I'm with you. You're not wrong. That's for sure.
So, we're watching someone be persecuted by the state with no victim. We're watching someone being abused, and now his, if you guys don't know Johnson versus Glick, which, you know what, go ahead, DLZ clips, let's do it. I'll do it in the morning. We'll set a live for the morning to review Johnson versus Glick. We'll do case review. And if you guys don't know Johnson versus Glick, then you don't understand. If you get arrested and they take you to a dungeon, shut your mouth. Shut up. Don't pick a fight with the guard. Don't be friends with anybody there. Don't care about anything but keeping your mouth shut. Shut up. I can't be any more dead serious. You don't understand. You're in the devil's mouth. Talking makes the jaws close. Don't make friends with anybody. Don't talk to anybody. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the front door. Shut up. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but this family's being persecuted that way, and he can be killed in there. So he's in the most dangerous position there is in his life. So I think I have Heather Dollarhide here now. Heather, how are you, hon?
I'm okay.
So you've been through a whirlwind today, huh? It's you went to court today, I believe, for Jason, and just let's kind of walk through that first. Let's just start from the beginning and walk through. So you go into the small town court there, and when you go through the beginning of the court, you have to go through a metal detector and that stuff like that.
Yeah. Slide all my paperwork through their little thing to make sure I don't have any weapons.
Mm-hmm. And how do those people treat you? Just mute? Or
Well, they used to treat me okay until the other day at my child's court date. It's the same officer all the time at that security thing, and I've known him for a while, and today he treated me like shit.
right.
He told me, you might as well smile, it's hump day.
Right. It's a team and you're not on it. So
Right.
then you go into court and they're going through a pretrial for the new charges against him, which is assaulting a police officer. Is that right?
It was supposed to be for the new charges, but it was the old assaulting a police officer from the lake. And when I got in the courtroom, they told me that Jason didn't have court today in that courtroom. So I went all over the courthouse and in all the courts, the judges' offices, and asking them, is Jason Dollarhide on your docket? Everyone was telling me no. So I called the courthouse from inside of the courthouse, and they told me it's Judge Bachman, which is the judge that we went to in the first place. And come to find out, yes, he was on that docket from the beginning, but they wanted me to miss his court.
So you went to Bachman's court and said, is Jason's court today? And they said no.
Yes, they said he is not on our docket today.
Wow. Wow, Heather. I'm so sorry. I mean,
And my mom went with me.
And your mom went with you?
Yes.
And so your mom heard the same thing?
Yes.
Wow. So there's a witness to what you're saying. And make sure, Heather, you got to record. You got to record. You got to record. You got to get audio devices. You got to record. Get people to help you. It's scary, but you have to. I mean,
yeah.
You don't have to. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying everybody should.
I need to.
I know. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I would be absolutely terrified. They're literally persecuting your entire family and you too, and they've stolen your child.
Yeah.
So you go in there, and when you go back and they say he is on the docket, how do they say? What do they say? He is.
They actually didn't tell me he was on the docket. When I walked back into the courtroom, he was in there, and that's how I knew he had court today.
Oh, so they didn't say he is on the docket. They lied to you. You went back, and then there's your husband in shackles, right?
Yep.
And
handcuffed
so then
and shackled.
what happens next?
We just sit there and wait for his name to be called, and they let several of the guards or several of the inmates stand up and go up to the podium, but not Jason. And his paid attorney went up there first on 2 of the charges, and then the public defender went up there second, and they said that he's not on the docket for those charges today, which they accepted his public defender application over 10 days ago, so they knew he had court today. So they didn't hear any of those cases on the new charges. They just heard the case on the old 2 charges.
And so then there's a couple questions here, but first, okay, cool. And so they open up by saying, we're talking about these 2 charges from the lake. If you guys haven't seen the video, it's gone viral. Millions of people have seen the video where they're deer watching. Jason tells the cop to F off. He's scaring off the deer. The cop gets butthurt and attacks Jason and arrests him. It's on video, the whole thing. She even filmed it on Facebook Live. So truly just persecuting. And so then what happens? Do they start by saying they're going to talk about these 2 charges? Does it Jason interrupt, you interrupt? When does the writ of habeas corpus come up, and when does the bail reduction questions come up?
After Jason's attorney started walking away, Jason was like, "Your Honor, we were supposed to talk about my bond reduction and the paperwork that was filed."
So Jason says that his attorney doesn't say, "Hey, what about the writ of habeas corpus?" The attorney doesn't say that.
Nope.
Why doesn't the attorney bring up the writ of habeas corpus that you filed? Let me go ahead and share the receipt. You can't answer for the attorney. But I
feel like he didn't do that because he's trying to sell Jason up the river, and he's paid.
That's unbelievable. I find that unbelievable. So they go up on the charges, and explain to me what happens so I understand. I'm just grabbing your receipt real quick.
Okay, they just talked about it amongst themselves. All I could hear was the judge, and he was saying which charges were which, and that Doug Smith was on 2 of the charges, and then the public defender was on the rest of them. And even the judge was confused because there's so many charges, they don't know what to do. On the last court day, he told us that some of Jason's charges fell off the docket, and he needs to find them.
So they've charged him with so many crimes. And so, Heather, I couldn't possibly cover all of the times the police have targeted Jason, but just real quick, tell the audience how many victims have been hurt by Jason.
0.
How many people have had property damaged by Jason?
0.
Okay. How many people has Jason threatened to kill?
0.
Okay. So, we have to get him a good attorney. So, I think we're going to have to reach out to the Institute for Justice and see if they'll help. It's the only attorneys group I know of that has people all over the country and helps people. So hopefully we can reach out to the Institute for Justice. If anybody has connections to Institute for Justice, for sure. Make sure you guys call and put up my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, and donate $5, $10, $20, $15. It'll go under the name Dollarhide. When you donate to my Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, put Dollarhide on that receipt, and I'll give it to. I'm going to accumulate the funds first. I'm going to accumulate funds. We're going to get up to a dollar amount, and we're going to then distribute that money for a purpose, either for rent or for an attorney. That's how I do the fundraisers on this channel, because I know. Okay. I mean, you know that, Heather, but I'm just telling the people who are watching, the first-time watchers, this is the reason why I've done it. I've done it a lot of different ways, and now almost 2 years in, now I raise all the money and then distribute it properly. And we have to get him a good attorney. We have got to get him an attorney. And there's so many charges. Look at how much they are persecuting this family. And we may need that money to pay your rent.
Right.
On September 1st. You don't have an income.
I don't.
I know. So Heather's a stay-at-home mom. Jason and her have a 6-year-old daughter. If anybody's new here and hasn't been here before, and that's their life. Jason works lawn care, so he does 50, 60 hours a week you can watch his TikTok where he shows all the lawn care he does. It does amazing work. So, wow. how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just know that Avery's safe with people we know, and I can sleep at night that she's not with DHS anymore. So
Do you get to see your kid?
yes, I
Do you
do.
have to have visitations, or can you just go over and spend the day with your daughter?
I don't get to see her. I can't take her from their house, but I can. I have to have supervised visits. And she asked me last night why I can't take her home.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. CPS has snatched this woman's child, saying that Jason causes an unstable home because of all the violence that the daughter is seeing from the cops attacking and arresting Jason.
They also said that since I didn't answer the door to a male DHS worker with me and my daughter home by ourselves, that I failed to cooperate. I feel like they should have sent a female to assess a female.
Well, why are they sending DFS or Division of Family Services to your house anyway? How come?
Because when you get pulled over in this state or arrested, they call DHS. The police do.
So, but you're unbelievable, unbelievable, absolutely, completely, and totally unbelievable. This is such a scam. What you guys are, everybody's witnessing it. Everybody's seeing it. I'm hoping we're gonna raise some money. I'm gonna at least Jason wants to make sure that you're taken care of. So I'm gonna raise at least your rent money. And if I don't raise it, I'll pay it myself. You are not gonna go under. I will not let your family go under. I give you my word.
That's what I feel like. That's what DHS wants. They want me to not have a home and not have anything for my child. So when they are ready to give her back, they'll say, you don't have a home and you don't have this, so she can't come back. I'm not going to let that happen.
So I want to, you know what I was going to do? I was going to fill out that judge's complaint. So who wants to fill out a judge's complaint with me for Thad? You know, I'll do that when I don't have you on the line. I'll put it up there. But before you go, though, I want to share the receipt, the reason why we are filing the complaint on the judge. So there's the receipt right there, Heather. So now finish your court process. So tell me what happens here with your court process. When you go to court, they said the two charges, and then Jason says, hey, what about
the bond reduction and the writ that was filed? And the judge says, I don't know anything about that, and we're not going to talk about that today. And then he told Jason's attorney to go over there and talk to him about it, and he did. And the attorney said he hasn't got any paperwork yet. Everybody has that paperwork. It's filed on the Oklahoma Supreme Court network, which is what you're showing right now.
So that writ is filed right there, as everybody can see. Let me clear Heather and I off the screen. Let me get rid of that comment real quick. And let me go to my preview so I can zoom in on this. You guys can see right here, writ of habeas corpus was filed with. Have you been to Judge Jeff Virgin? Have you went and talked to Jeff Virgin?
I did. I went that same day to his uncontested docket at 1:30, which is what I was told to do by the lady that I filed the writ with. And a funny story about that. I went to the court clerk to file that writ, and they told me that I needed to go to the civil department to file it. By the time I walked upstairs to the civil department, which is one floor, they knew I was coming. They called from the court clerk's office and told her I was on my way to file it. And she said, that's going to be $250 something. And I was like, I shouldn't have to pay. There's already an open case. And she said, well, the court clerk told me that you need to pay because it's a new case. I ended up not having to pay because I was correct. It's not a new case. It's filed on a criminal case. But they knew I was coming to file it.
Wow. Yeah, it's a big machine. And if you're not in it, then it's against you. And this is what they want. They want to break that family. They want to break Jason. And
I'm very headstrong. It's going to be hard to break me. It's going to be hard to break me.
Oh, no, it's not going to be hard. It's going to be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be impossible. We don't break. We don't stop.
Nope.
We don't quit. We don't give up. We don't back down. Nope. Not in this. There's no victim.
I'm not lost.
No, right. I'm not lost either. I know exactly where we are. We're fighting a despotistic government is what we're doing. This is pure despotism. It's absolutely tyrannical police state, prison state, death state stuff. Like, this is the reason why I started doing what I'm doing. You, Heather, Dollarhide, are the reason I started doing what I'm doing. I knew that people needed, yeah, you're welcome. I knew that people needed help. I needed their need. And this last year, what I've been trying to do is really get organized. And I've got a great team. So I'm going to do everything I can to help you. So he says, I keep getting thrown off track because of the emotional aspect of it. And I care about Heather and her family. But so then how does it go when Jason says to the judge, hey, what about, he says, I'm not going to hear about it. And then I'm sure Jason says, no, wait, there's a writ of habeas corpus, like what's filed it. And then what happened? I imagine, how high of a drama does it get to in that courtroom?
I mean, I was told to shut up. Jason was told to shut up, because I stood up and I said, I have the paperwork right here. If you want to see it, even though it's been filed on your court network, I have a copy of it right here. And we're not going to talk about that today. So that's where we went with that. We're not going to talk about it.
You stood up and spoke, and then Jason, I imagine, said, no, wait, right? Because his lawyers, neither the person who says they're a public defender, and neither the person that you're paying to represent you, neither one of them is going, wait a minute, Your Honor, it's your constitutional obligation to hear that a writ has been filed. Nobody steps up in any way. So there's no representation.
Nope. That's why she came in and said, if your wife's going to file all this paperwork, then you can represent yourself. If he could represent himself on money, he wouldn't have hired an attorney.
You know, I don't know about y'all, but can y'all put a 1 in the chat if your face feels flushed and if your heart is palpitating and if you're mad as hell? Can you just put a 1 in the chat if you're feeling the same thing I'm feeling right now? Like, I feel nasally. I feel like I could cry. I feel like I could punch, like I could scream. Like I am so angry. I'm so angry right now. It's like I can just feel it. It just makes me so angry to watch them persecute and prosecute you. It's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable.
And now they're traumatizing my daughter.
Listen, pull your phone out right now and send me $5 right this minute. Pull your phone out, send me $5 to PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, put Dollarhide on it, because I screenshot every single donation. Put Dollarhide on it. You'll see your donations scroll through on a video that I'll make out of it. Put Dollarhide on your donation. Pull your phone out, send me $5 right now. We have 400, 500 people here right now. Pull your phone out and send me $5. Each and every one of you. That'll raise this family $2,500 right now. Everybody, $5. Just do it. Pull your phone out. If you can give more, great. And then I think we're going to have to spearhead. When do you guys want to do that? You guys want to do that tomorrow night? Let's do one tomorrow night, DLZ clip. Set the live for tomorrow night, focusing on Institute for Justice. And tomorrow night, we are going to go after their page on a live stream, and we are going to go and comment the hell out of that page and literally beg them to help us and help your family. This is one of the most egregious cases in the United States of America right now. This is unbelievable what we're seeing. Unfreaking believable. So right now, don't cry. Don't be mad. Don't be sad. Don't give up. Fight. Pull your phone out right now. Send me $5 and put Dollarhide on it. You'll see your donation go through. Do it. And let's raise the money to at least make sure that this family stays afloat, and hopefully give the money to the Institute for Justice. I'll donate every single penny besides her rent money to the Institute for Justice if they'll take the case. I mean, God, I'm so mad. I'm sorry. I'm hot right now. Like, I can't believe it. Listening to this is, you guys are looking at what despotism is. You're seeing it right here. They're persecuting this family, and when she tries to go places, they call before she gets there, like the Twilight Zone. And then when you walk out of court and you're in shackles, the guards attack you as they put you in the dog cage. This is like, every reason why I was born. This is every reason why I was born. I was born to be here right now with you, Heather. And I give you my word, we're going to help you. You're going to be okay.
And you have thus far.
Jason's going to be persecuted and be prosecuted and have to go through hell for your family, but you're going to be okay. And so is your daughter. We're going to fight. We're going to fight CPS with you to get your kid back, and you're going to be okay. Sooner or later, someone bigger than the small fish that we are right now will take a bite out of this. And if you're watching this video, feel free to take it and use it and share it and show people what's happening in Oklahoma. We can file a complaint on the judge right now. All right, Heather. Just how does it end? You're in the courtroom, and when Jason leaves, what's that moment like when they're walking him out, and he's about to be attacked when he walks out the door? You don't know that.
I left the courtroom before him because I got in trouble for looking at him and wording stuff. I wasn't even saying it. I was just moving my mouth, and the guard told me I was excused from the courtroom. So I waited out in the hallway.
What did you just say?
I was excused from the courtroom for looking at Jason.
You're your husband, right?
Yes.
So you were mouthing words to him, and what?
I was excused. I was told to shut up first, or I was going to be excused, which they sit him right by me, so it was hard for me not to look at him. But the bailiff was like, he kept moving, standing in front of me, so I couldn't look at him. I waited out in the hallway for like 10 minutes for them to bring him out so I could talk to him, but they knew I was out there, so they waited till I left the courthouse to bring him out. Everybody else they took out immediately when they were done with the judge.
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., we're going to get together right here. We're going to, DLZ Clips is going to take a little clip of what you just said just now, and we're going to publish it.
Okay.
And we're going to make a short out of what you just said. And everybody here, share it. Share that short. And we're going to title a cry out to Institute for Justice. They're the only national law firm that I know. It's a nonprofit organization of lawyers who just work their butt off. And we'll try to get you help. That's really all I can do is expose your case and show what they're doing to you and doing to your family. It literally hurts my heart. So I'm sorry this is happening to you. Thank you for the super chat. God bless you. All right. All right, Heather, listen, I'm going to file a complaint on that judge right now.
I filed one on the sheriff's that did that to him when he got out of jail, so I have that in the process.
Let me see where that bad chicken is. Here it is right here. I'm going to airdrop this right here to my Mac. And there it is. Bingo, bango, bingo. There it is. Here's this form right here. Okay, cool. You're welcome to stay online if you'd like, Heather, or you can go whichever you'd like. But I'm going to show this form real fast. And we're going to fill out a complaint on the judge. Listen, I care about you. I care about your family. I got nothing but love for you. I'm going to help you through this as far as making sure you're okay.
I appreciate it. That's
what I'm going to do. But I'm going to drop this form. You guys can look it up. Let me open up this bad chicken, and so that you guys can see what I'm looking at. Cancel that. Can I share Acrobat? Let me see real quick. Window. There it is. Boom. So this is a judicial complaint right here. If you guys want to get the form yourself, let me see what you guys can see. Okay, let me open this bad chicken big so you guys can see it. This is a judicial complaint form that I'm gonna file right now on that judge. What was his name? Thad what?
Balkman. Balkman.
So this says right here, the Council on Judicial Complaints may only investigate complaints against judges and judicial officers in and for the state of Oklahoma. The Council on Judicial Complaints lacks jurisdiction to investigate federal court judges, tribal judges, or judges in judicial offices in other state. Upon filing your complaint, the judge may receive a copy and be asked to respond. Pursuant to state law, the judge can respond to the council's investigation is confidential. To formally file your complaint, mail or email this complaint, acknowledgement, and all relevant documentation in support of your allegations to the listed address above. Okay, and then that's here. Judges in, okay, so his name is what? Thad Bachman. Oh, let me edit this bad chicken. Come on. Work for me, son of a gun. Okay. You know what? It doesn't matter. Here's what I'm going to do instead. You guys, right here, this is, you see how easy this is? You go to Oklahoma Council on Judicial Complaints right there. Google that bad chicken, okay? And I'm going to fill this bad chicken out when you guys aren't here. I'm just going to do it as soon as we get offline. And you go right there. You get the complaint. The judge's name is Thad Bachman. We need a little bit more information, Heather. We got today's date, the 9th. And then we have can you give me the case number on this? Can you give me that case number real quick so that everybody here who wants to file a complaint on the judge for not hearing the writ, that's unbelievable.
Okay, just a second. The case number on the writ or the case number on Jason's cases?
Just give them to me both.
Okay. I have to get on OSCN to look at the case. It's just
I've got the case number for the writ. It's right here.
Okay, one is CF2.
Can't hear you, hon. Sorry.
One of the case numbers is CF1126.
Yep.
And the other one is CF1059.
And that's Jason Dollarhide.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. I just put that. And then today's date, which would be August 9th, was the date that the judge didn't hear it. August 9, 2023. And then just listen, I just got this form directly from the website, Oklahoma Council on Judicial Complaints. And the judge's name is Thad Bachman, B-A-K-L-B-A-M. You guys know Jason Dollarhide. You have the two case numbers right there. I'm actually going to copy these. So I have a copy of them right here. There they are right there. Oh, wait, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that on the screen? Okay. Okay, cool. All righty. So there it is. And let's file a complaint on that judge. And you have it right there. DLZ clips, jot that down on text and shoot that over to me if you would, please. Those two case numbers so that I can fill this out when there's not 400 people online. Okay, Heather. So cool. Let's bring you back on. Right on. All right, cool. So listen, I'll let you go. I'm so sorry this happened to you, to your family. This is destiny. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yep.
Wherever you are is where you are. That's it.
Right? I believe everything happens for a reason. Yep.
You are where you are in life, and that's where you're supposed to be. And that's the weirdest thing. Mm-hmm. Whatever you did to get you there, that's where you're supposed to be. You know? That's why so I got it. Thank you, Colin. Thank you for shooting that to me. All right, right on. All right, Heather, listen. Love you, honey. Got your back.
Love you too. Have a great night.
Yes. All right. You have a good night, okay, honey? Thank you for coming. And we'll see you again soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. For a minute there, I wanted to scream and throw something at the wall. But I still have not cursed. I'm going to control the language. I really am. I can do it. I will do it. And I am doing it. So, control the language. Control the language. Make sure you keep your language clean. Make sure you keep your language clean. I mean, just so you guys know, doing these fundraisers for Jason, we raised $3,350 last month in like 3 or 4 days. $3,350 is how much we raised for that family in a few days. So it works. Crowdfunding works. It actually works. And just so you know, at the end of the year, when I file my taxes, that's why you have to put Dollarhide on the thing, because then I give them all the money and it's a charitable donation. Please put Dollarhide on your receipt when you Venmo me, Cash App, or PayPal. Put Dollarhide right on there. And we'll raise enough money to keep that family alive. That's what we'll do. That's what we 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 do. So listen, So, let me just, because, I told you guys, you got the heart stress and then you got the brain stress. You got heart stress cells and you have brain stress cells. And so both of those things, stress can kill you. So for me, as you know, this is a high stress job. You have to mediate that stress or you get high blood pressure. So I am going to grin and bear it, bite down hard, realize I'm going to work in capacity for another human being here for a little while. But at the same time, that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's it, though. I can't get too, I can only put, and then I have to, here's the thing. If Jason had my trifold in his car, and if you use my trifold properly, there's a very good chance you will not go to jail. If you have the trifold in your visor and the cop pulls you over and you have your driver's license, your proof of insurance and registration on a laminated card, and everything is in the visor right here with the trifold, and you've practiced with the trifold so you know what it says on it already. I'm sorry I don't have one in my hand. And you say, cop comes up, says license, registration, and proof of insurance. You're in touchdown position. You got your phone right here. You got your trifold and your laminated driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. And he says license, registration, proof of insurance. You go, no problem. Give him your license, registration, proof of insurance. Hand it to him. That slip you created. And he's going to look at it and then say, where are you going? Where are you coming from? Do you know why I pulled you over? Or he'll say, give me your real driver's license and registration. And then you say, okay. And you get your real driver's license. If you have to put down the trifold for a minute, you grab your real driver's license, you give it to him. And then he says, well, where are you going? You know why I pulled you over? And then you look at your trifold and you say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. And you show the trifold, I plead the Fifth Amendment, and you give it to the copper, I plead the Fifth Amendment. And then the copper can't do anything else. If he says, well, where are you coming from? It says right on the trifold, I don't answer any questions. Don't ask me where I'm going. Don't ask me where I'm coming from. If Jason had used his trifold and not said a word to that pig to begin with, including thanks for effing up the deer watching experience, is what he said, effing prick or whatever he said. If he had not said a word to that pig, he would not be in the dungeon. I'm sorry. And you guys know how much I care. If you don't talk to pigs, there's a better chance of you not going to the dungeon. If you do not talk to coppers, there is a much better chance that you don't go to the dungeon. And don't use your words. Show the camera. I invoke the Fifth Amendment. I invoke the Fifth Amendment. He says, well, where are you going? You say, officer, I've invoked the Fifth Amendment. This camera footage is for the judge when I sue you for harassment. Please code enforce. Let's think of the best lines we can do. Let's think of the best lines. Okay. So cop pulls you over. You pull down your laminated. Now, who didn't do it yet? Did you get your license, registration, and proof of insurance and get it on a laminated card? Did you do that? That's the first thing you got to do. And then you put that in your trifold. Then the cop pulls you over. And here's the best one-liners to the response, to the cop continuing to question you after you've invoked the Fifth Amendment. So you pull it down. He said, boom. He says, you know why I pulled you over? And you go, I invoked the Fifth Amendment. I invoked the Fifth Amendment. He says, you know how fast you were going? Officer, I've invoked the Fifth Amendment. Any further questions will subject you to a lawsuit. That's one. No, but it's got to be funny. Think of something funny. Give me something funny. I'm not funny. I'm intense. I'm hardcore. Trust me, I was a stand-up comedian. I wasn't never very funny. Once in a while, every dog had their day. I was funny once in a great blue moon. But give me the best line you got here to tell the copper after. So what's the best line? The copper has come up to me and pulled me over. I got my laminated trifold. I got my laminated license, registration, proof of insurance. I got my indestructible trifold. I tell him right there, boom, it's on camera. And then he continues to question me. What's the best one-liner to say to him after he continues to question me? After he continues to question me, after I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Girl, get a grip. No, so Chuck said, it's girl, get a grip. So I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. He continues to question me, and I said, girl, get a grip. I don't know if it would come off right on me, Chuck. Daddy, chill. I saw that. I came back from there. Are you stupid? Or do you just play one in a costume? So Aaron Queen said, are you stupid or do you just play one in a costume? Okay. Let me see if I can deliver that line. Okay. So, okay. Because I was laughing so hard. Let me calm myself. Ha. Okay. Copper pulls me over. Right away, touchdown position. I got my trifold, my laminated license, registration, proof of insurance. Copper pulls me over. He says, hey, roll my window down halfway. He's like, what's up? It's like license, registration, proof of insurance. I've already got it laminated on a card. So I slip my license, registration, proof of insurance. He's like, why is it on a laminated card? I look at him. I don't answer any questions. And he goes, okay, do you know why I stopped you? And I go, officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Right here on the trifold, it says I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. And then I like that. And then he goes, well, where are you heading? And I say, are you stupid or do you just play one in costume? and then I say, and then he says, well, where's your real driver's license? Because he's being a cop. And then I go, okay. So I give him my real driver's license. And he's like, so where are you going? I just asked you if you're stupid or do you just play stupid when you're in costume? Ooh, Aaron Queen. Ooh. Invoke your Fifth Amendment right away when you use the trifold. Right away. You pull your trifold down. You show your camera that you invoke your Fifth Amendment right. You show it to the copper. And then the copper says, hey, where are you going? And I say, I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Stop questioning me. Stop, bro. Enough, right? I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. Do you respect the Constitution or not? Do you respect the Constitution? Do you give a damn about the oath you took? I just showed you the Fifth Amendment on paper, and now you're still questioning me after I told you I invoked the Fifth Amendment. Did you serve this country? Did you serve this country? Because if you serve this country and you're continuing to question me after I've invoked the Fifth Amendment, you, my friend, are a traitor. You have forgotten your oath. You've forgotten who you are in the name of authoritarianism. That is how I would tell that filthy, nasty pig. That's what I would say to him if he continues to question me. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You guys think, whoo! Woo! Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Overturn Terry. Yes, ask me about it. You guys know something? I made this t-shirt over a year and a half ago. I made this t-shirt a year and a half ago. That's how good of t-shirts that I bought when I was in Los Angeles downtown. These t-shirts are so good. I still have the same t-shirt. All right. All righty then. All righty then. I think there's a video I want to show you guys. Tune in tomorrow night. We're going to do the judges thing, and we're going to target the Institute for Justice, and we're going to reach out to them through their videos. So DLZ Clips, set that for tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Reading off people who donated tonight. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. That's a whole nother thing. You guys know that. I'll sit there. But there's a video I wanted to share with you guys. Boop, 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 boop. I can always go to Reddit police brutality. It's literally probably my favorite. And first responder cringe. It absolutely. There's. Let me see what we got here. Officer arrested on simple assault charges after battery. Okay. Captures assault of hands. So what did we just talk about? What were we just talking about? We were just talking about what? How many people are still here? There's still lots of people here. There's still like 350, 400 people here. Right on. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep on going. I want to show you guys another video. What is going on? Welcome to Delete Laws. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm sorry. Put OTVO in the chat. I can't say that, can I? Because they're gonna ban Colin from TikTok. Do me a favor, everybody. Welcome to Delete Laws. If you would please say something beautiful in the chat or reference a term of like overturn Terry versus Ohio in some way. Just do that real quick. Just drop that in the chat for me, just real fast, super quick, and hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, just hit the like button. Hit it. Just tap the like button. Just hit it. Bow. Hit it. Okay. All right. Let me share with you guys something. Present.
Domestic disturbance. A man taken into custody. Officers were called to a home on Amsterdam Avenue for a domestic disturbance. A man taken into custody during that incident had been restrained by handcuffs and a seatbelt. He was secured in the back seat of a police cruiser. Here's police body cam video of some of the altercation that led up to the assault charge.
All right, just. What the hit me for? Get out of the car. What did you
charge?
All right, just.
What was that?
Just. What the hit me for? Get out of the car. What did you just punch me in the head? You hit my office. No way.
Sergeant Kelly was ordered not to have any contact.
Look at this guy. Where's his hand at? What's he doing with his hand?
With the victim.
Look what he's doing.
He will be in court on.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Thursday.
Where's the rest of the? What? There's the state-run media for you. There's the state-run media for you. Holy smokes. Let's just watch that back just a little bit. Watch this. So look, if you don't sit here, because the state-run media will only show you.
You hit my office.
So first of all, you'd be charged with menacing if you did this. You'd be charged with menacing.
No way.
Get out of the car. But he doesn't have any way to fight you out of the car. He can't fight you out of the car.
Sergeant Kelly was ordered not.
Oh, now he's choking him. He's grabbing him. Look at his face all squinched up. Let me see what you guys can see over here. Sorry, I'm on the screen. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me open it big for you guys. So now he's reaching back there and he's choking him. Look at his face right here. See his face all crunched up as he's squishing on the guy's throat.
To have any contact.
Now he's grabbing by the back of the neck.
With the victim.
Now he's grabbing him by his feet when he's cuffed behind his back.
He will.
And he pulls him out. This man's hands are behind his back, so he's going to land on his.
Be in court.
There it is right there. He tried to cushion the fall, I think, by landing on his wrists, but he's in the torture cuffs. His wrists are definitely mangled.
On Thursday.
And then the state-run media then immediately cuts that off. What did I tell you? You know, when you get arrested and you get taken to the dungeon, you have got to change your persona. You got to calm down. You got to you can't. It's terrible. You got to become a beta male. Just thinking about it to me makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me want to vomit. So I can't do it.
No. This October 31st, Erie County Sheriff's Office video obtained by the Fox 8i team shows corrections officers struggling to get a female inmate into a restraint chair. The woman, Tiffany Banks, was arrested by Sandusky police on a warrant issued by the Sandusky Municipal Court. Banks was refusing to get her picture taken by correction officers.
I don't want my picture taken. My picture taken.
According to reports and Erie County Sheriff Paul Sigsworth, at one point, Sergeant Adam Best can be seen placing his right hand around the woman's neck.
I can't breathe. I can't.
Banks called the sheriff to report the incident the next day. Officials say she had numerous dark red marks on her neck. The sheriff said Best worked as a corrections officer in the county jail.
So we have strict policies in place regarding situations like this. Chokeholds are prohibited, except in very, very limited circumstances.
The Erie County Sheriff tells us that as soon as he found out about the allegations, he started an investigation. The corrections officer resigned a short time later. The sheriff also contacted the FBI asking for an.
So I'm not sure how the prison guards get their certificate, but you can rest assured that I would bet, I don't know if I'd bet a finger, but I'd bet a good bet. I'd bet 100 push-ups on it. I'd bet 100 push-ups that if the prison guard resigned, then that the prison guard is in some way able to keep their certificate for being a prison guard. I'm sure there's some sort of certificate you have to get for being qualified to guard people's skin in a dungeon. You have to be willing to follow orders completely, and then you sign some sort of prisoner that I am more than willing to follow orders and be a dungeon master. Right? Right? So, I mean, it is what it is.
Investigation.
It appeared to me that he had committed a criminal assault.
Best was federally indicted Thursday on a charge of deprivation of rights. A press release from the U.S. District Attorney's Office said that Best, acting as a law enforcement officer, willfully used unreasonable force on the victim. Best is expected to appear in federal court soon.
We're held to a higher standard. We should be because of the responsibilities that we are given.
In Sandusky, Peggy Gallick, Fox 8 I-Team.
We are given. We are given. We should be because of the responsibilities that we are given.
Please get him off of me. You know, listen, do not, you know, once they take you to the dungeon, I'm trying to tell you, I'm willing to always face up, man up. You know, I you know, before I got to the age I'm at now, when I was young, I got in so many fights, fist fights, all the way up till 25 years old. I was always willing to take someone on head to head, you know, man to man, and face whatever I've done wrong, you know. And then I've always been that guy. Like, we have something to work out. Okay. And then even after I stopped fist fighting people in my 20s, and then after that, I still would be like, oh, I have to come and sit at the table and negotiate the deal with you. Okay, I'll do it. And so that's what led me to be a producer and in business and the things I've done in my life. But when they had a bond revocation hearing for me in Ironton, Ohio, and 4 of the rotten little piggies in Ironton all wrote affidavits that I said that I'd hold them down and I intimidated them, when the chief of police there, Pam Wagner, sent them to the car auction I was at, and then they wanted to have a bond revocation hearing for me with 4 affidavits from pigs saying that they were scared of me, that I threatened them. I'm out. You don't go to jail. Do not go to jail. Do not go to jail. Thanks for the super chat. Don't go to jail. As a CA post development instructor, I'm appalled by this. These actions these officers are doing are criminal at best. The police unions and high-priced attorneys, including their contracts with the cities and counties, protect them. Keep up the great work, Chille. Samuel Anderson, thank you so much for the super chat, man. God bless you. And so, California Post, can you tell me what AICC stands for? California AICC? Well, Samuel, if you're an instructor for the California Developmental Instructor, I don't know what that means exactly, but then you know what I know. And whether I like it or not, we have dungeons, and Johnson versus Glick is real. You can't have a disrespectful thing with those guards back and forth, because if you do, they can collude together to kill you and kill you. I mean, you may be a developmental instructor. I don't know what the AIC, what does that stand for? If you can tell me what that means. I'm looking in the chat, but you can't do it. Don't go to jail and have a back and forth with the guards, because they'll kill you. They will absolutely kill you. They'll plan it, plot it, and murder you. I'm telling. Oh, wow, Samuel. You gotta. You know, I'm amazed at the amount of cops and cop and, you know, thank you for the super chat, Samuel. We're all human, and I hope that you're a good one, man. That blue wall of silence has got to tumble down. You know, a lot of changes have to happen. I wish I could blame you for all of them, but I can't. So thanks for your contribution, though. It's amazing to me the amount of folks like Samuel, who he's a police academy instructor. It's hard to see people as your enemy that you don't know. It's like we've just created this Lord of the Flies system, a Stanford experiment system, where you people are the ones in charge and you other people are the subjugated. You know, they'll have dominion over you. These people will take dominion. And it's been a horrible social experiment. You know, putting people in dungeons has not worked. It's, you know, I could talk around and around and around about this. Samuel, send me an email. Maybe we'll talk about, see if I can have you on as a guest, and we'll talk more.
Police driving down a boarded up street in an unmarked white van, firing lethal rounds at some pedestrians and warning others. Meanwhile, newly released surveillance video shows Stallings and others in a nearby parking lot.
You'll see someone run along Lake Street, and that person is shouting, "They're shooting, they're shooting."
In the van,
Group of person on the north running. Hit him.
body-worn camera captures police firing 2 less lethal rounds, followed by gunshots fired by Stallings. Watch. Stallings' lawyer says he had no idea who was shooting at him.
But he thought it were civilians, and potentially the white supremacists that Governor Walz had warned about earlier in that day. Who would expect, if shots are immediately fired and one strikes you in the chest, who would expect that it was the police?
A jury agreed, acquitting Stallings of attempted murder charges. Here's another angle captured on surveillance. It also provides some context to what happens next. Despite officers' reports and a criminal complaint claiming Stallings resisted arrest, he can clearly be seen getting on the ground as soon as officers exit the van, laying there a full 20 seconds before this. Officers approach, kicking and beating him. Stallings suffered a fracture in his face.
The video is hard to forget. Jaleel Stallings beaten by Minneapolis police during the riots after George Floyd's murder. Stallings surrendered after shooting at police in an unmarked van, but was repeatedly hit and kicked by Officer Justin Stetson. Stallings was eventually acquitted of any wrongdoing. And
did you see? Look how the cop is dressed up. Look at the cop. He's dressed up. He's wearing a gas mask.
After shooting at police,
they're punching him as his arms are behind his back.
Police in an unmarked van, but was,
and then he's wearing full on, like he's invading Iraq. What in the world are we looking at?
Was repeatedly
Look at what he's wearing.
Hit and kicked.
Why is he wearing that? That is absolutely preposterous. Why is he wearing that?
By Officer Justin.
They're driving around in an unmarked van and he's dressed up like that?
Stetson. Stalling was eventually acquitted of any wrongdoing and says he now wants to use his experience with the justice system and police to help others.
Jennifer Hoff spoke with him today about what he calls the Good Apple Initiative. Jennifer?
Randy, he's launching the nonprofit to find the good apples within various agencies like police departments and provide a support network so those officers can come forward, sometimes without retaliation, and perhaps even be promoted to leadership roles to help change the culture, the same one Stallings was a victim of.
He's starting a nonprofit called the Good Apple Initiative that on its website will have a hotline to anonymously report grievances and informational toolkits, all while talking with officers from around the state about how to make the most meaningful shift.
It's about doing the work that is necessary to loosen what we would say bad apples grip on the police department or other different things. And it's going to take a community and collaborative effort to get that done.
And find the good apples, right?
A lot of them do feel alone. And we're just trying to get space to come forward and be a part of that change.
He also has a board of directors and a donation page that we posted a link to. As for Stallings' case, that is coming to a legal end. The former Minneapolis cop charged for beating Stallings admitted that he went too far and pleaded guilty, but Stetson can't ever be an officer in Minnesota again. He was supposed to.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. What'd she say?
Charged for beating. In a donation page that we posted a link to. As for Stallings' case, that is coming to a legal end.
Stallings' case is coming to a legal end.
The former Minneapolis cop charged.
Former Minneapolis cop. There was cops.
For beating Stallings admitted that he went too far.
Wait a minute. That was a gang beating. What? One of them? Minneapolis again. They're dressing up like G.I. Joe loser. Wow. One cop got charged. Wow. I mean, one back. Let's the tape back real quick.
And pleaded guilty. Stetson can't ever be an officer in Minnesota.
Oh, he can't ever be an officer again. Wah, wah, wah.
Again, he was supposed to be sentenced officially tomorrow, but that got moved to next month. Stallings says that he will be there then, even though he thinks Stetson's plea deal is much too lenient. Guys, all right. Thank you, Jennifer.
So they're driving around. Look at they're like they're going to a military war. Like he's got a helmet on. Look, that's a helmet down there. What in the hell has happened to this country? Oh my God. Quick, let's roll out. Tell them we're cops so they can't shoot at us anymore. And then they stop shooting at them.
He's on the ground right there. Fucking piece of shit! You fucking piece of shit! Son, listen.
Wow, put your hands behind your back as he's being punched in the face. So it's all of them. What about this guy with his knee in his back? Why isn't he charged? That's a bunch of them. And stopping him, he's punched him like 20 times now. Oh, the other guys have joined in now where they put their knees on him. Oh, it's a free-for-all. Who was that guy kicking? That's not the same guy punching. Wait a minute. That was a new guy kicking. That wasn't the same. Wait. That punching's on the ground punching right here. That guy just kicked him in the face. Why? Wait, why wasn't he charged? That's another knee right there. He's kneeing him as well. Why was only one cop charged? Why did only one cop lose their license? He's still, and he's holding his arms behind his back as he's punching him still. 30 punches now.
On the night, officers were driving an unmarked white van. without lights or sirens on, but they began shooting non-lethal rounds at a crowd in a parking lot, which included Stallings.
Illegal stalling. So he shot back. Wow. I mean, holy goodness. That's unbelievable. That's just unbelievable. Murder gloves? What are you talking about? The murder gloves? The murder gloves? So I called them blue gloves before. Remember the blue gloves that cops I'll read a super chat. Thanks, man, for the super chat. I sent you an email. I appreciate you that you do, and the best followers around. You are an educated and a patriot. Thanks for the kind words. Samuel, thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah. Oh, you shot me an email? Okay, Samuel. I'll read your email, dude. I appreciate it. I'd like to hear your perspective. It'd be a fair conversation. I'll be fair. I mean, Samuel, if you super chat me, you know that I care about being fair. Unfortunately, being fair is one of those things that people who have a lot of money, the super rich, they've done studies on this. Being fair, the super rich, they don't have that same thought in their mind. The super rich believe that they should have this huge bulk of money, and you should not have as much as them. Like the super elites, the people that we hear about going to the Bilderberg group and places like that, that their brains, the people they've studied who are super elitists, that they have this. I mean, it's a sickness. Everybody, I have a saying that I like to use when I want to get back down to humanity, when I go off the rocker because I get fired up or mad or something. Everybody has to eat. Everybody has to eat. When I see people who are homeless and starving, they have to eat. Everybody has to eat, so when you watch other people eat, you kind of, for me, what it does is it brings me right back down to humanity. We all have to eat and we all get sick. And this journey called life is long, but it's short. And so death is so final. I used to be much more hardcore, like burn in hell, As you get older and you're closer to that time ticking down to zero for you, you are a little more empathetic to other people who may not be making the right steps right now. But if they live through being the bastard they are now, they could become a better person after that. So, and then death to me is so final. My cousin died this last year at 25 years old. And death is so final. Her dying just changed the way, I see it. You only get one go. Hopefully you can become a better person. Hopefully you can find your purpose. Ikigai. But you should be at least kind to others. You should help other people. You should do so. Ikigai. Do you guys know what Ikigai is? Have I talked about this before? Have I talked about Ikigai before? Have you guys heard of this before? Let me just pull it up. There it is. Ikigai. Okay. So this is what Ikigai is. And then I'm going to get the flock out of Dodge. But let me share with you this. And I think that this is Ikigai. So let me see what you guys can see. Sorry about that. Okay, let me open it big. There you go. So now you can see what I can see. So Ikigai is doing what you love. You have a passion, you have a mission, what you're good at, it's your profession, what you can be paid for, it's your vocation. What the world needs is part of the mission. And so when you get to here, you get to Ikigai. And so for me, this is where I am right now in my life. I am in Ikigai right now. What I do now, when we raise money for Heather Dollarhide and her family, And when we get people who are on Team DLZ or beyond, we get people out of jail, Floyd Wallace and lots of people, you know, what you love, I love doing that. It is my passion. And so, and then when my passion is also holding cops accountable face to face and letting them know that they're part of the evil empire. And it's what I'm good at. I'm very good at that. I'm, you know, one of the best in the game. And so then what I can be paid for, my profession, listen, just so you guys don't know, I sell a trifold. That's how I make a living. At any moment, Daddy YouTube could boot me off. My profession is I teach people how to battle their face-to-face interaction with cops. It's my vocation. And so this is what the world needs. And what the world needs is a mission to overturn Terry versus Ohio and help people. So for me personally, just so y'all know, I literally am in my ikigai. I'm right where I'm supposed to be in life. This is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm supposed to lead and change things because I can get in. I have the ability to get in. I can transcend this. I can transcend YouTube and social media, and I can get into government, and I can change it from the top down. I know it. I know I can win. So, oh, yeah, let me check. Okay, let me check some. Let me read some donations, but then I'll get the flock out of here. I will get the flock out of here. Let me read some donations for the Dollarhide family. For the Dollarhide family. William, thank you. Frank E, thank you. I appreciate it. Dorothy, God bless you. Thank you guys for putting Dollarhide on the subject line. Thank you so much. Tom, thank you. Tom S, thank you. Go Delivery, thank you. Go Delivery in California, thank you. SWE Observer, God bless you. Thank you for donating. Michael Dolan, as usual. Chevy, God bless you. Thank you for donating again on another fundraiser, just like Gary Bryant, once again, putting Jason Dollarhide. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. You know, I'll take a screenshot of all you guys' donations. Of course, I will blank out your names because that's, I'm sorry if I've ever not done it. Joshua, thank you so much for your donation. I can't heart all these right now, but John, thank you so much for Jason Dollarhide. Rudy, thank you so much. I got your donation for Jason Dollarhide. Brandon, I got your donation. Thank you. April, for Dollarhide, I got you. Bruce, as usual. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you for your donation. Brandon, thank you. I appreciate you. Ansel, thank you so much. Pistol Pete, thank you so much. Let me check Venmo. Thank you so much for donating. I will screenshot all your donations and I'll put them in a video. And you guys, not very many people watch the video, only people who donated. And I don't even think you guys look at the video either. I don't think most people look. I don't think so. Let me see. Drew, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Thank you, Drew. God bless you, man. Lee, thank you. Dan Hanlon, that was actually from a couple days ago, but thanks, Dan. That was for somebody else. Dan Hanlon donated to somebody else a couple days ago. It's constant. So listen, if you guys Cash App money, Venmo, PayPal, put Dollarhide right there on the thing, because remember, this matters for taxes too, because I raise thousands and thousands of dollars for people. So you got to put Dollarhide on there, because then I can show Daddy IRS all this money right here went over to these people right here. I have to have it. You know, they would love for me to F up. I can't. Put Dollarhide right on your Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. Then all of that money will go to Heather and her family. 100%. I don't want a dime of her money. Matter of fact, I'll contribute into it as well. You guys know that I will. I make plenty of good money from people who still donate to me. And people donate to me for doing fundraisers. Do you understand that? Haters? People donate to me for raising money for others. Donations will come in for me this week and say, thank you for helping the Dollarhides. For me, money for me. I don't have to steal any of it. It's not necessary. People donate to me. It's unbelievable. Can you believe it? Oh, you must hate it. Ooh, right now there's a troll at home just going, ooh, ooh. Suck it. All I have to do is do the right thing. That's all that's required. It's all that's required. It's all that's required. It's great. All right, DLZ clips. All right, I gave you DLZ clips. I gave you 2.5 hours of stuff to edit. You're going to love it. Everybody, real quick prayer up for Jason Dollarhide, who's still in the dungeon. Jason's living it. He's in the dungeon right now. He could be on lockdown. Prayers for you, Jason. Everybody who prays, good thoughts or hopes, whatever you want to say. Up for Jason. All right. Listen, everybody, thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate it. Shock Professor writes on. What's up, Playboy? DLZ Clips, Michael Dolan. Everybody subscribe to our backup channel, Delete Laws, DLZ Clips. DLZ Clips. He will put it. Oh, I know it. Chevy trolls are so mad right now. They're like, this guy's making money by helping other people when they're in jail. He belongs in jail. He did not comply to that cop. He belongs in jail. That cop came over. He said, give me ID. Jason said no, because he hadn't broken the law. But you know what? He should have complied. I have to comply. I'm a troll. Chevy, I love you, buddy. Listen, God bless you guys. Samuel, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. God bless you guys all. I'll see you guys on the next one. I got to get the flock out of here. There's DLZ Clips backup channel. Hit one right there. See you on the next one. Later, Gators.